Hello, hello, hello. I'm live. Hello, I'm live. I'm back. I'm back and I'm live and I'm happy to be here. And I missed all of you with the time I took off over the holidays and then a little bit extra. I hope everyone is well. Pretty excited to be back. I've missed doing my lives, so I like to be on here talking, well, to myself, because I'm just sitting here staring at myself, but it's fine. I'm really, really good company. And then I love it when you join in and make comments. I am Galen Apt. Welcome to my Thursday live. Today is going to be kind of a big one, so I hope you enjoy what I'm about to say. So today I'm talking about release. So on Monday, I did a triple card pull to sort of welcome in the new year. You know, I like to do it on the end of the month of January because, you know what? I do things my own way because I'm that girl. So that triple card pull was about where we've been, where we are, where we're going. I thought it was very inspiring. I got a lot of great feedback from people who were like, yes, that was for me, and this is exactly what I needed to hear. So it was great inspiration for me to come on today to talk about release. Releasing expectations, right? So release comes in a lot of forms. So my favorite thing is releasing the expectations we have of what things are supposed to look like, or how people are supposed to act, or how things are supposed to happen. The expectations tend to be the things that we hang on to and are the things that tend to disappoint us because our expectations are probably a little out of whack at times, right? So releasing expectations, releasing relationships. So it can be a relationship with others. It can be a relationship with yourself, relationship with your ideas, your beliefs, your expectations, because we have relationships with our expectations too. So release is kind of a big deal. And when we cling so tightly to things that are no longer serving us, it prevents anything new from coming in. It's a form of self-sabotage. And it's always, always, always fear-based. I pulled up my release art of releasing that I talked about a couple months ago, which was acknowledge, allow, delight, and invite. And that is still one of my favorite tools. So acknowledging what we want to release, allowing yourself to sort of sit with what it was doing for you, how it was serving you, how it's not serving you. Delight in the possibilities of what could come next, what's going to replace that thing you're releasing. And then, of course, inviting in the new and saying, I'm ready for something new, to sort of fill in that void that has been left from this release. And so the expansion we receive from the release and the evolution is the reward for braving that fear and doing it anyway. One of my favorite books, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. So if you find that you have this fear and it's keeping you from moving forward, I highly, highly, highly recommend that book. It is an old book. I mean, I read it in my 20s, and I am not in my 20s anymore, you know what I'm saying? But it's a wonderful book, and it really, really helped me really start on my journey of self-awareness and self-discovery. It was one of the first tools that I had been gifted by someone. It was acupuncturist, Chinese herbal medicine friend. She recommended it to me based on what I was going through, and it was invaluable to me. I still have it in my library. So I highly recommend Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I am going to say what I just said again, that the expansion we receive from releasing, the evolution, is the reward for braving the fear and doing it anyway. Because there is a reward when you face your fear and do it anyway, and you release and evolve. That's your reward. That is so rich and exciting, but that doesn't make it easy. So I want you all to think about things that you might be releasing. You know, it's for the beginning of the year. People are always starting new habits, releasing old things that don't serve them. And so I want to give you an example of something that I am in the process of releasing. And I'm doing an announcement here first. So I want to read you something. And this thing that I'm releasing is something that has been very near and dear to my heart. And I'm excited, a little nervous, but I'm very, very excited for what's coming after this release. So allow me to read you a letter, a Dear John letter. And this Dear John letter is to Style. Dear Style, we've been together a long time now, traversing my teens, the exploratory 20s, parenting in the 30s, starting a style-based business in my 40s. As I navigate my 50s, I've come to the place where I'm feeling hemmed in, restricted, and a bit stagnant in this relationship. I remember back in high school when we first began experimenting with how we showed up. It felt so good to try new things with you as I navigated the different phases of growing up. If only things had remained on that path. Alas, business school and dressing for success removed all the freedom of expression and gave us rules and parameters that needed to be strictly adhered to. The style I had grown to love had changed, becoming rigid and closed off. As cliche as this may sound, it's not you, it's me. I've been re-exploring who I am, reading, studying, and understanding new concepts, energy, human design, archetypes, and I've begun incorporating those things into my life to support my ever-shifting needs. It has been empowering, and I want to share my ideas and connections with the world. But I'm feeling trapped with you, Style, trapped by the idea that you are all about what's trending or what works for a person's body type. I believe people should dress for themselves and not for the sake of others, trends, or fashion. So I'm shifting the dynamics of our relationship. You are one of the many tools I use to help myself and other people venture into change. And you will always have a place in my heart and my toolbox. But from now on, Style, you no longer get top billing. From now on, I am simply Galen Apt, and I guide others towards achieving the change they desire in their lives. With great love and admiration, Galen. With that being said, what I'm doing is I'm no longer going to be known as the Style Sherpa because I feel it's too hemmed in. It's not matching all the things that I do and offer and help my clients with. So I am releasing the Style Sherpa that has just so near and dear to my heart. And I am just showing up as me, Galen Apt, and I'm going to help each and every one of you venture into change as I help myself venture into change. And I'm very, very excited. So over the next few weeks, you're going to be seeing some changes. First off, the name of this group is going to change from Conscious Dressing with the Style Sherpa to Venture into Change, which is exciting. My Instagram handle, my YouTube channel, they're all going to go to my name, Galen Apt. I have a new logo that my goddess, best friend since first grade designer, I'm so blessed to have her, that she and I have worked on together and come up with just something that I feel really, really represents who I am now. So I've still kept the elephant. I'll give you that little clue. The elephant's still there, but it's just a grown-up version, a more grown-up version, and one that pleases me. So, and a new website will be coming shortly, hopefully within the next couple weeks. I'm very excited. And so I'm really excited to have my outsides match my insides. I continue to expand my toolbox of tools that I use for myself and my clients to help us choose to change consciously, to be confident and empowered partners in the changes that happen in our lives and not just unwilling participants. I really want to help you and myself do it consciously. If we're going to change, and change is unavoidable, inevitable, change happens whether we want it to or not. But we do get to do it consciously if we choose. And it is so much more empowering and rich of an experience if you do it consciously and get some help doing it, because there's a lot to do there and there's a lot to know, and not any one person can know it all. But I am a bit of a junkie when it comes to human nature and change. So I got a ton of tools, and I have a ton of resources and a lot of people I know that really help other people grow and do these things. And so I'm so excited and delighted to be one of those tools to help you. So I am so thankful to have you all on my journey of transformation and change. And I'm excited to have you watch how I'm doing it so that you can perhaps and start envisioning the change that you might want. And if you think you are ready to start on your journey of transformation, change of any sort, contact me. Let's start a conversation and see what that might look like. Because there's no need for you to go it alone. Trust me, it's much more fun when you have someone by your side. So I'm going to pop down, see if anybody's popping on. I know I popped on unannounced today, and that's fine. I want people to watch this at their leisure, and I want them to sort of let it sink in. What does this mean? And what could it mean for me? It's kind of juicy stuff. So I'm very excited, and thank you for popping on and watching and being a part of my journey. And I look forward to continuing it with each and every one of you, however that looks, whether it's just you being in this group and observing, whether it's you participating and commenting, or whether it's us working together. I'm going to be starting a bunch of new offerings in this group, kind of fun conversations I want to start to really help support people. So I am just so jazzed about this release of the Style Sherpa so that Galen Apt can help all of us venture into change. And on that note, I am going to let you go because my dog is telling me it's time to be fed. So have a fabulous, amazing evening.